Most drummers think that right left kick kick is just one chop. It's not. Used the right way, this sticking can unlock 4 different shapes, creating endless possibilities and fills. That way it will make your playing sound way less predictable. Because let's be honest, everyone uses right left kick kick. So let me show you the boring or well-known version first, and then I'll show you what happens when we actually open it up to endless possibilities. So here's how most people play it. Nothing wrong with that, but it gets predictable fast. Now let's watch what happens when I actually use the different permutations that you can create with this same sticking. Same idea, completely different sound. So today's lesson is not about teaching you another fill, it's to take right left kick kick and turn it into endless possibilities. We'll hit 4 permutations, move it around the kit, and I'll show you how you can get started to improvise with it around the kit easily. Let's get started. Alright, so as I said, we're going to explore 4 shapes of the right left kick kick pattern. Let me just show you the 4 shapes first and play them slowly for you, so you have an overview of what we're working with today. So the first shape, that's the one you already know. Right, left, kick, kick. Now the second one is the kicks actually in the middle. So the only thing we do is shift those 2 kicks whoop, and move them in the middle. So the second shape is right, kick, kick, left. And then the third shape is again moving those kicks actually to the front. So our third shape is going to be kick, kick, right, left. And then our last shape is actually where the kicks are on the outside. So it's going to be kick, right, left, kick. Alright, so now that you know the 4 shapes, it's time to explore how can we actually practice these different shapes and get comfortable with all of them. So there's a few ways that I like to practice these things. And one of them is 1 bar each. Meaning I'm going to play right, left, kick, kick for 1 bar in 16th notes, right? We're playing in 16th notes, just a little reminder. Then I'm going to play 1 bar of right, kick, kick, left, 1 bar of kick, kick, right, left, and 1 bar of kick, right, left, kick. I'm going to play the example for you in a little bit. But the reason I do this is that I want to be comfortable moving in and out of these different shapes comfortably, really with confidence, so I can shift these shapes whenever I want to, instead of getting stuck in this one shape and having to stop and play the next shape. So let's see how that actually sounds. Now the second thing that I actually do, and the second way that I practice this, is playing each half a bar. So that means I'm actually combining block 1 and 2 in a 1 bar phrase, right? And I'm fitting together block 3 and 4 in 1 phrase, right? And then we repeat that whole cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still the same order, but now half a bar. All right, so our last step is to play each block, each shape, 1 beat, meaning option 3 is actually I'm playing each quarter note, I'm playing 1 block, right? So I'm actually saying here a quarter bar each. I don't know if that's a thing. Anyway, that means that in 1 bar, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this actually creates a pretty cool fill on itself. Alright, so we have these 3 different options to practice this. If you want to go crazy, you can play the 3 options in one go as well. So you play option 1, 1 bar each, then you play half a bar each, and then you play a quarter bar each. And you repeat that sort of master cycle. I'm not going to do that in this video because that takes way too long to play through, but know that that's an option and I've done it and it's good practice. Now the next thing that I want to show you is to actually apply it in a groove situation, right? So when we've kind of done this whole practice cycle, this flow cycle as I like to call it, I want to practice groove to fill, because that's actually how I'm going to use it, right? If I want to use right, left, kick, kick and all the different shapes, I'm going to use it in a fill situation. So I want to practice this in a groove context, meaning we can do these different options. So what we're going to play through is first, we're going to play through 1 bar each. So we're going to play through option 1, right? 1 bar each. So 1 bar groove, and then I play 1 bar of the right, left, kick, kick. Then I play another bar of groove, then I play right, kick, kick, left. Then I play another bar of groove, then I play block 3, and so on, until we've done all the 4 shapes. Let's see how that actually sounds. If you repeat right, left, kick, kick in a 1 bar fill, you'll have to finish off with 4 hits on the snare, because otherwise you're going to have 3 kicks in a row. Unless you play double bass, that's not what you want to do. So that's one special sort of ending that we need to be aware of. All right, so next up is the groove context of option 2, meaning we have half a bar each, meaning we're going to play a groove and then we're going to play the 1 and 2 bar combination, this one. Then we'll play another groove and then we'll play 3 plus 4. Now, there is more options to combine here. Say, for example, we can play 1 and 3 together, or we can play 2 and 4 together. While I'm saying this, there is some options that actually don't work. For example, 1 and 3 don't work because you have 4 bass drums in one go. So 1 and 3 is not actually possible, but if you turn things around and play around with it, it is possible. So for example, 3 and 1 would be possible, right? Kick, kick, right, left, kick, kick. That's an option that you can play with. So again, this video is to give you the foundation of changing this simple idea, right, left, kick, kick, into something super useful and being able to improvise with it. But there's way more options possible, as I'm just showing you. So let's get on to the next and last option. That's option 3, a 1/4 bar each, meaning we're playing 1 bar fill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 groove, and then we play this exact fill. Let's see how that sounds. By the way, guys, if this is making sense to you and you feel like, oh, I would love to have the little ebook to dive into and to read along with what I'm doing, you can download it for free in the description, so you can actually take something out of this lesson and not just nod and say, yes, Eddie, nice, but practice by yourself. Download that free guide and print it out and put it in your practice room and get started with this stuff. All right, cool. So now we have had all these options of the different shapes and how we can practice them and how we can put them in the fill. But where did things actually get interesting? That's by playing more dynamic and moving around the kit. So orchestration. While that's a whole story on itself, and I've got different videos that talk about specific orchestration maps and how you can orchestrate with purpose. For now, I just want to show you what happens when you move the right hand to the floor tom, and you actually move your right hand to other toms as well, and you move your right hand around a little bit. And then also a few examples of what happens when you move your left hand around. So I'm going to take you through the 1 bar examples. So each block 1 bar, orchestrated around the kit. Just a few examples. This is really up to your imagination, and it's about your drum set and the orchestrations you can make on your drum set. Let's take a look at how it sounds at my drum kit. All right, pretty cool. Now, here is the magic. And here's the one thing that I really want you to take from this. It's not to get stuck in these one bar fills, but it's to be able to improvise with these little shapes that you've practiced. And there's a way you can practice that. One is just to play and see whatever comes up. So if you've gone through all these practice things, you just sit down, turn on a track, and practice and see whatever comes out. But I understand that that can sometimes be difficult. So here's a trick that I like to use to actually develop more flow, as I like to call it. So this is flow practice. What I do is I'm going to play single strokes, and just sometimes I'm going to add one of these little shapes in there. So super simple, sometimes, and that might sound vague, but that's the whole goal. Add a shape. So we're just adding a shape. So I'm kind of having this single stroke flow, that continuous flow, 16th note singles, and sometimes adding one of these shapes to see if I can come up with them on the fly, preparing myself to be able to improvise around the kit whenever I need them. Let's see how that sounds. So that's one way, that's the flow practice, right? But we can also practice this as sort of more restricted as fill practice, meaning I'm actually just gonna play one bar fills, right? So still approaching it from the same direction of playing single strokes. Let's say I play single strokes for half a bar and then I do half a bar of the blocks. You can start with the single strokes or you can finish with the single strokes. So here's two simple examples of how to apply that around the kit. I wanted to give you a little extra thing of exploring this whole realm of right-left kicks and its different shapes, right? To get more freedom in your playing. And that's the options that you can explore when you're comfortable with this stuff. Or at least you can play it around the kit. And there's just some crazy things that I think of when I'm practicing these things, and that is, hey, what if I actually play this with left hand lead? So instead of starting with your right hand, I'm starting everything with my left hand. So your option would be to play left, right, kick, kick, or left, kick, kick, right, or kick, kick, left, right, or kick, left, right, kick. Now, just to give you an example how that sounds, let's say I play kick, kick, right, left, and then I play kick, kick, left, right. See how that actually sounds when I play my right hand on the floor, left hand on the snare. You'll create a different melody. So that's something you can explore if you're maybe already a little bit bored about just playing a right hand lead, or you like to explore and like to go a little bit deeper. Do things with left hand lead. There's tons of options that make it super cool to play around with this stuff. Another option that I like to explore as well is, hey, what if I can play this same stuff with my right hand only or left hand only? So that would mean I would play, for example, right, right, kick, kick, right, kick, kick, right, and so on. Playing it with a right hand only or left hand only. That's just to develop a skill to do the things with only one hand and only the other hand, and developing that freedom that if you want to do something cool and just play things with your right hand, you can actually do it, right? And it's just developing a broader skill of just getting stuck with this one idea, right, left, kick, kick. Look how many options we already have. And then lastly, one of my favorite things to do is to put my hands together, meaning I'm going to play it in unison. So I'm going to play right, and I'll just do like a slash left, right, slash left, kick, kick. Now, if you want to go fully crazy, you do all these things in one super master cycle, where you go through right hand lead, all the bars, left hand lead, all the bars, only right hand, only left hand, and in unison. It's a huge exercise and it helps you to build a lot of confidence with this one simple idea, right, left, kick, kick. Alright, what do you think? Pretty cool, right? Here's the thing. Fills are usually where problems show up, but they're not the whole problem. So here's the problem. Many drummers think they need more drum fills to play better drum fills. But that's actually not the case, because you can build way more freedom exploring all the options that this one simple concept gives you. So I've put together a longer training that shows you exactly how to build more creativity into your playing and apply these concepts in all different ways, giving you endless possibilities to improvise and play fills. It's free, it goes deeper, and you can watch it below. See you in the next video.